Now at 6, senseless violence. Tonight, the investigation into a 7-year-old shot while riding in a car.
Plus, hailed a hero.
I will say his actions were nothing short of heroic.
New details revealed into the mass shooting at an Indiana mall. Hear how a Good Samaritan was able to confront the shooter and ultimately save other lives.
Surprise delivery.
I need you to catch the baby. Keep breathing.
How a dispatcher helped a local couple bring their baby into the world when making it to the hospital was not an option.
And hundreds of kids ready to hit the track in the annual Soapbox Derby. But the annual Akron tradition may look a little different. We're live with a look at the changes.
Plus, a soggy start to the work week. Peyton will let us know when we could see the next round of storms and when those hotter temperatures arrive.
Live from WKYC Studios, this is 3 News at 6 with Russ Mitchell and Laura Queso.
And good evening. Thanks for being with us.
We begin in Maple Heights, where tonight a 7-year-old boy is recovering after being shot in the back while riding in a car last night.
Police recovered shell casings at the scene, but say they have very little information to go on. Our Brandon Simmons is in Maple Heights with new details.
Police and fire dispatch.
There was shots fired on Libby Road. I think it was like 5.
Police in Maple Heights were called to Libby Road near Thomas Street, where residents reported hearing gunshots just after midnight. There wasn't much of a scene as the cars involved were moving. Police learned minutes later a car transporting a 7-year-old victim sped by police in North Randall going about 100 miles per hour, headed for South Point Hospital. The young boy was shot in the back and was transferred to Rainbow Babies and Children's Hospital in stable condition, alongside his mother and another child who were in the car. So what happened? The driver of the victim's vehicle told police they were shot at near the Valero gas station on Granger Road. They were traveling eastbound and got a couple miles down the road when that 911 call came into police reporting more gunshots. Residents nearby worried about senseless violence like this occurring more often as of late.
I'm not, sure what exactly is going on with the crime in the area. I'm just hoping that we're able to fix it soon.
She also says she's praying for the young boy's recovery.
It's very unfortunate. I'm sad to hear, I hope he'll be okay, and we're praying for him.
Police have little information to work with. This afternoon, they were still processing the victim's car, which was hit by at least 2 bullets, according to a police call sheet. As for the suspect's vehicle, police were only given a description of a white or silver 4-door. Police did scour the area where the shooting happened and recovered shell casings. But so far, it seems surveillance cameras, including those at a daycare center, may not have captured much. Now, at this point, we don't know who's responsible for shooting this young child, nor do we know why they were shooting at that vehicle in the first place. Of course, anyone with information about this case should contact Maple Heights Police immediately, or you can also submit your tips anonymously to Crime Stoppers, Russ.
Okay, Brandon Simmons in Maple Heights. Thank you.
To Indiana now, where we are learning more about a deadly mall shooting near Indianapolis. A gunman opened fire Sunday inside the Greenwood Park Mall's food court, killing 3 people and injuring several others. Police say an armed Good Samaritan stepped in within seconds to end this tragedy and ultimately kill the shooter. He's been identified as 20-year-old Jonathan Douglas Sapperman of Greenwood.
He had multiple magazines and over 100 rounds of ammunition on his person and in his possession. Right now, we have no motive. His family members that we spoke to, they were just as surprised as everyone else was. They said there were no indicators that he was violent or unstable.
The gunman entered the mall at the food court, spending more than an hour inside a restroom before shooting. The victims include a married couple and a 30-year-old man. And there's new information tonight in the Uvalde Elementary School mass shooting that killed 19 students and 2 teachers nearly 2 months ago now. A 77-page report released by a Texas investigative committee Sunday shows 376 officers responded to the scene that day. It also includes testimony from more than 35 people. The report criticizes both state and federal law enforcement for a lack of leadership.
Today marks exactly 3 weeks since Akron police officers shot and killed Jalen Walker Akron's mayor and police chief today outlined a meeting yesterday with Summit County African-American elected officials to talk about the need for dash cameras inside police vehicles, a move the police chief says he supports.
Will only enhance our ability to tell the public what we're doing, how we're doing it, why we're doing it, and under what circumstances are we doing it. And I'm hoping that the governor will help us with the funding.
And we reached out to the governor's office for comment, but have not heard back as of yet. In the meantime, Akron City Council announced a new Citizens Review Board in the city.
The board will provide an independent community voice to the mayor, city council, and also the chief of police in reviewing citizen complaints of the Akron police officers, analyzing public safety patterns and trends related to those complaints, and regularly engaging with the community.
And Akron's mayor and police chief say they're going from those daily video updates to an as-needed basis in the Walker death investigation. The city's downtown curfew, as we reported, has also been lifted.
A woman is dead after an overnight house fire in Cleveland. The 68-year-old was found in an upstairs bedroom. Firefighters responded to Cannon Avenue in the city's Broadway Slavic Village neighborhood around 1 this morning, finding that home engulfed in flames. Cleveland Fire says the cause of it was from electrical issues, and there were no working smoke alarms inside of that home.
Turning to politics now, the committee investigating the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol will hold its next hearing on Thursday. This one will be in prime time. In the meantime, today, jury selection began in D.C. in the trial of Trump advisor Steve Bannon. Bannon charged with contempt of Congress for defying a subpoena to testify before the January 6th committee.
This is going to be the misdemeanor from hell.
Legal experts disagree.
This is a very simple case. Bannon received a subpoena. He refused to comply with the subpoena.
The committee interested in Bannon's testimony, revealing possible foreknowledge of the Capitol attack on his podcast.
All hell is going to break loose tomorrow.
The committee, 3 days from its primetime hearing, is focused on 187 minutes of what it calls inaction by Donald Trump, from the start of the attack to his message to the attackers.
Go home. We love you. You're very special.
Also possibly covered Thursday, missing Secret Service text messages from January 5th and 6th. The agency says claims were detailed in a pre-planned technical upgrade.
Those Secret Service messages could get us inside the president's intentions, his mindset before, during, and after the violence on January 6th.
And Bannon faces a minimum 30 days and a maximum 2 years in jail if convicted. And tomorrow is the deadline for the committee issuing a subpoena for those texts.
Cleveland Mayor Justin Bibb today announced 6 policies to protect abortion rights for residents, with the main one being the city will not prosecute any abortion-related crimes. The mayor says in part, quote, with the overturning of Roe versus Wade and the dangerous restrictions on abortion that have followed, the city is committed to protecting residents' ability to seek the reproductive health care options that they choose for themselves, end quote. We've posted more details for you on WKYC.com. Meantime, Dr. Anthony Fauci says he plans to retire by the end of President Biden's current term. The government's top infectious disease expert, who became a household name during the pandemic, says he doesn't have an exact date in mind, and he hasn't started the retirement process yet. Dr. Fauci is 81 and has served more than 5 decades under 7 administrations.
The artist who created downtown Cleveland's iconic free stamp has died. Klaus Oldenburg passed away this morning at his home in Manhattan. The Swedish-born pop artist's free stamp was installed in Willard Park back in 1991. And he said the piece is a tribute to the emancipation of American slaves. Klaus Oldenburg was 93 years old. Of course, unfortunately, the past few weeks in Akron have been somber, but a long-standing tradition is hoping to bring a dose of joy back to the city.
The opening ceremonies for the All-American Soapbox Derby kicked off this afternoon, and our Kira Cotton was there and has a preview of the event.
Today, we're going to introduce all 320 champs. They're going to go up on stage. They're all going to get their moment in the sunshine.
More than 300 kids, ages 7 to 20, and their families are in Akron this week ahead of the 84th annual All-American Soapbox Derby set to take place this weekend. Soapbox Derby president and CEO Mark Gerbridge says the kids in town represent the best of the best in racing from across the country.
I love this track, honestly. I mean, it's not just because I've done well here, and I just love being around everybody.
That's defending champion Nathan Christian, who's been racing since 2013 and looks forward to the trip from Kentucky to Akron each year.
This is where you can really group up with everybody across the world that races and just see each other, I feel like it's neat.
It's that community that Gerbridge says keeps people coming back year after year.
I mean, number one, a lot of people love to race, right? But we joke that all these people like taking their summer vacations in Akron.
And this year's Derby is a little different, but still includes plenty of opportunities for fun.
We're supposed to have a parade downtown and throw items out at Lock 3 and do the introductions there, but we decided, for a safety perspective, to move here to E.J. Thomas Hall. We're doing a STEM fair at the race on Saturday, so people can work on robotics and science and coding and a lot of different things.
This weekend, the local champions will compete for 6 world championships and nearly $40,000 in prize money. But to Nathan, there's much more to it than just money.
To all the racers, just go out there and have fun. That's what it's all about.
Events are being held every day this week leading up to the World Championships on Saturday right here at Derby Downs. In Akron, Kiera Cotton, 3 News.
Always so much fun, definitely. Quite a sight to see.
That's right. All right, Kiera, thanks so much.
And coming up tonight, one newborn could not wait to see her new home, so she decided to save mom and dad a trip to the hospital. Hear the 911 call from Chesterland that will tug at your heartstrings.
Plus another gold. Katie Najat bringing home more hardware for her pole vault performance. Jimmy will be along with the details. And Peyton is in for Betsy with a look at our forecast. Hello.
Hello to you guys. We went from a soggy weekend to kind of wrap that weekend up, but our attention turns from the wet weather to another beast, and that beast is heat, folks. We've got the sunshine now in place across Northeast Ohio. How long does it last? When does the heat really build in here? And when is that next chance for showers and storms? We'll time it, we'll track it, we'll give you all the latest on the other side of the break.
3 News at 6 is sponsored by Calvetta Brothers Floor Show. It's time to fall in love again with your home.
Okay, baby's here. Baby is here. Baby's here. Baby is born. Okay, get a towel, wrap the baby in the towel.
A baby girl in Chesterland was in a big rush to get out into the world. On Saturday, her family was in for quite the surprise and wild ride when, before they knew it, their little one was on the way.
That whole birth captured on a 911 call. Isabel Lawrence spoke with the family. Isabel, how are they doing?
Russ and Laura, good news tonight. Baby girl Ajaya and her mom Anala are both doing so well. They're in the hospital right now getting checked out. They're hoping to go home tomorrow. But the baby, she wasn't born in the hospital. On Saturday morning, Anala and her husband Kevin were cleaning up their house. They were getting everything ready ahead of this coming Friday when Anala was scheduled to be induced. She had been feeling some pressure, but nothing alarming, when all of a sudden, things escalated fast.
I was folding laundry, actually, and all of a sudden it just started to amp up a little bit. So I braced myself for the contraction, kind of leaning over because I figured, I'm telling him, just be ready.
So Kevin went ahead and called 911. Both were incredibly calm through the entire birth, and it might be because they've done this before. Get this, the birth of their second child, 1-year-old son Aaron, was also sudden and at home. Her water didn't break then either, so not much warning. They are now a family of 5 with 2 little boys and their little girl, everyone again doing well. And I also did speak with the 911 dispatcher who was guiding them through this process, Communications Sergeant, Tammy Phillips. She told me being able to help people like this is why she does what she does.
The fact that they are so calm,
yeah,
that's what really gets me. And a beautiful family and beautiful little girl, Isabel.
Yeah, they were so incredible, so full of love, and so funny too, because it was at home, the two little boys, they kind of wanted to be in on the action. So they were there with mom, just kind of hoping to see their little sister, and they did when she arrived.
But you said they've been to this party before, which may explain why they were so calm there.
Yeah, really brave, strong family, and so much love to give. So it was a real privilege to be able to speak with them.
All right, Isabel, thanks so much. Changing directions now to the price of gas. It continues to fall, now dropping for the fourth week in a row. AAA reports the average price for regular in Ohio is $4.38 a gallon. Get this, that is down 20 cents from last week and 60 cents from this time last month. Nationally, gas is also on the decline, averaging $4.51 per gallon. Even though those prices are dropping, the average price for gas nationwide is still $1.35 higher than this time last year.
Severe weather in southern Ohio, where the National Weather Service confirms an EF0 tornado touched down yesterday, hitting both Pickaway and Fairfield counties. You can see these homes are damaged, vehicles even flipped over. Reports show at least 4 people were injured. Closer to home now, not as severe, but we did see some decent rainfall last night into early today. You can see folks walking around downtown Cleveland, trying to keep dry as they began the work week. You know, I flew back from Boston this morning, so I was in the sky when we had that weather.
Yeah.
Not so fun, let me tell you.
I can imagine. I can imagine.
I was holding on to the seat like, oh my, and I was in the back.
A little turbulent.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
a little turbulence.
Clearly, first class was booked, Peyton.
Clearly,
That's why she was in the back.
Wow.
Wow.
That's okay.
24D, guys. Woo.
We're going to slow down on that wet weather trend for us. But today's high temperature was actually pretty seasonable. We only hit 83 degrees. Our average high this time of the year is actually 84. And why did we only stop there? Well, the cloud cover this morning helped kind of cap the atmosphere. We didn't see a whole lot of sunshine until the second half of today. So things were kind of quiet when it came to where our temperatures are going to reach, at least for the day today. Tomorrow, things change, though. We had that cold front sweep on through. That triggered that unsettled weather and those tornadoes down through southern Ohio. But high pressure sooner will replace what we're actively seeing right now, which means more sunshine, more blue skies for us. So as we go through the next just few hours, we're going to go from the 70s back into the 60s. We'll stay clear overnight as well. So tomorrow, we are in for more sunshine. It will stay muggy. That muggy feel is going nowhere this entire work week here. And then Wednesday, we see another cold front sweep on through, and that's going to be set to trigger some more storms for us. Beyond that, we stay toasty. So let's focus on the temperatures, because that's probably what you want to know here first and foremost. Tomorrow, we are back in the upper 80s, and then by Wednesday, we do that whole 90-degree thing again. We're going to be in the low 90s with a muggy feel present. That means there's likely to be a heat index value, so things will feel hotter than they actually are. Cold front triggers a little bit more of a cool breeze to come on in and drop our temperatures back into the mid 80s for us, but we stay in the 80s all the way through the beginning of the weekend. And what happens on Wednesday? Well, the Storm Prediction Center already has us outlooked in a level 2 out of 5 for severe weather. So we could see some stronger winds, some heavier downpours, even potentially some small hail as that system moves on through. So I've already zoomed you ahead in your National Zymer hour-by-hour forecast, because you don't need to know anything that comes in the way of wet weather tomorrow. There will be none. There's going to be a pool day for everyone across Northeast Ohio, if that's what you want. But by Wednesday, we start to see that cold front arrive. It's not going to happen early in the morning. It's actually going to happen during the second half of the day. So the daytime heating is going to play a factor in triggering that cold front really passing through with that punch of some showers and thunderstorms for us. It'll last through potentially early on Thursday morning. The Climate Prediction Center, though, keeps us warm in the 6 to 10 and 8 to 14 day outlook. So if you like the mid 80s, just know we're going to trend above that in your Union Home Mortgage extended forecast for not only this week, but past what we're showing you right here. So yep, 90s return on Wednesday. We drop it down in the mid 80s for Thursday, and then we stay toasty through the weekend. Our next chance for wet weather, that happens past Wednesday for the weekend, though. So we'll keep you fine-tuning when it comes to when those arrive, because I know weekends, they kind of have plans. A lot of folks, you know, across Northeast Ohio try to plan a few things around that time.
Yeah, but pool day tomorrow, that sounds good.
I know, right? Laura, a walk with Jackson, maybe?
I like that idea. Okay, very good. Peyton, thanks.
Thank you. Okay, Laura, you've been gone for a week, but some things have not changed. We are still on Watson Watch. What's coming up this week for the Browns quarterback?
Jimmy has the details next in sports.
The Sports Report is sponsored by the people-pleasing people at Sarah Auto Park in Akron.
Hi, everybody. Imagine this. Browns training camp opens up in the middle of next week, and we still do not have a decision about Deshaun Watson. We do have news about Deshaun Watson. Here's the news coming out of the case today. We find out that if the NFL hands down any kind of a suspension in the Sue Robinson ruling or Roger Goodell's ruling on top of the Sue Robinson ruling, if it is a suspension, the Watson camp and the NFL Players Association will immediately file a lawsuit against the NFL. Now, read behind the lines there. That's a shot across the bow. Nobody wants a lawsuit after this thing has gone on so long. Why is this going on so long right now? Why hasn't Sue Robinson come up with a decision and announced that? I think it's because they are working on a possible settlement to get this thing settled before she would announce a decision in the case. And so, more time if they're getting close to a settlement. If it does come to a settlement, there is no way he would be suspended for the entire season because he would only sit in on a settlement decision if they come down from that demand of a year-long suspension. Baseball-wise, the All-Star break is here. The All-Star game is tomorrow night at Dodger Stadium. But tonight, it's home run derby time, and our guy is in it. Jose Ramirez will compete in his first matchup tonight. And remember, it's single elimination, and it begins at 8 p.m. He'll go up against Juan Soto of the Washington Nationals. Jose Ramirez has hit 19 home runs so far this year. No Cleveland player has ever won the home run derby, but we came close, and I remember it well. Coors Field in Denver, the year 1998. There he is, the slugger from the left side, Jim Thome, went all the way to the final, and he went up against Ken Griffey Jr. and lost out 19-17. And after that, I remember Jim Thome saying, "I have never been as exhausted as I am after this event." Now, what about the starting lineup coming up tomorrow? Dusty Baker, the manager of the American League and the Houston Astros, announced his lineup and his batting order. Andres Jimenez of the Cleveland Guardians will start at second base. Good luck to him. He'll bat 8th in the lineup coming up tomorrow night. All right, here we go. Cavs' new look, new uniforms. Here they are, 3 different versions, all right? The black uniform on the left. Remember, they won the title in the black uniform, although they had sleeves, remember, on that uniform. And then the middle uniform right there, the wine color, and then the all-white. Those are the looks for the Cavs coming up this upcoming season. Nice, clean look. Congratulations to the great Katie Najat, our local Olympian who won the gold medal in the past Summer Olympic Games. And she's done it again. She's won the gold medal at the World Track and Field Championships being staged in Eugene, Oregon. She won it with a jump of 15 feet, 11 inches. So let me summarize. She won an Olympic gold medal, and at the World Track and Field Championships, another gold medal, but she did not win at the Cleveland Sports Awards. Figure that out. Come on, Sports Awards. There you go.
Want a recount on that one. Thank you, Jimmy.
All right.
Jimmy and Lena back for Front Row at 7 o'clock.
The NBC Nightly News is just minutes away. We'll be back at 11 o'clock. Have a good one.